background, you've got a cool place.
It is a beautiful day today. Yeah, I'm at the park right now. I'm sitting in a little pavilion, and I've got about 14 bees that keep swarming around me.
Oh, you're sweet, honey, are you?
Yeah, they're trying to suck the nectar out of me, I think.
And I mean, we met sort of in a happenstance kind of a way, I think, you and I, and through, I think it was on LinkedIn, you guys reached out to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Anyways, you're this cool new site. I just want you guys to all see this. Anyways, thank you for anyone who's joining us live. Just know that we'll have a replay, but also it'll be fun to have you guys live. We may have a friend of mine join as well. But anyways, this is Ryan. This is Ryan Cruz, and he's an innovative dating coach. And he's the founder of Kismet Academy, a Netflix-style course platform for mastering the art of dating, which I think is really cool.
Well, thank you.
You're doing something different. I'm a psychotherapist and a coach and a speaker, and I love the notion that you are sort of wanting to educate and entertain and engage people that are dating, and to do it in a way that is, I think, kind of innovative, which is a Netflix-style platform. How did you come up with this?
Well, it started off because I was teaching clients online dating skills. That's kind of my niche. And so I made a course that I wanted to try to sell, but I realized that because most of my clients were through word of mouth, I really didn't have an online presence. And so it was super difficult to like acquire new customers because I didn't have a name for myself yet. And so I was like, well, what can I do to try to get other people to help me sell this? And then I came up with the idea to build a platform that helped a bunch of different dating coaches merge their audiences together.
Right.
And instead of just everybody out there fending from themselves, like we can actually work together and reach a lot of people. And so,
are you finding that people are really kind of excited about what they're hearing and seeing?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got so much great feedback. We've got a lot of really awesome dating coaches that have already signed up. We only launched like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. Wow. And so we've got already like 12 or 13 dating coaches and about 15 courses. And we're just growing from there. I'd hope by the end of the summer, I want to be at 50 dating coaches on our platform. So,
and why do you think, I mean, what is the thing? I'm going to be providing some, I have some content on it, and I'm going to be providing some more content on commitment phobia. I have a lot of people talking to me about their commitment phobia issues.
Yes. Yes.
And also the fact that they keep meeting narcissists. I keep hearing that, and I want to have people become very, very aware of these patterns of behavior, ways of being. What's your take on that? What's your take on that?
Well, actually, I am a self-diagnosed narcissist.
Oh,
I just want to.
Well, the fact that you're self-diagnosing is sort of interesting, because a lot of narcissists will go, "I'm not a narcissist. You're the narcissist. I'm not a narcissist." So that's interesting.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm very self-aware. Like I notice anything that I do that doesn't seem to be working, and then I research how I can fix it. I'm kind of like my own doctor, my own therapist for a lot of ways.
Okay.
And the reason I actually figured that out was because I was dating a lot of girls that happened to be borderline personality disorder. And I couldn't stop attracting girls with this borderline personality disorder. And so I was actually researching, because my girlfriend at the time, she was just like, I have no idea how to handle this girl. Like, she's absolutely wild and out of control. And so I started researching how to deal with people with borderline. And then it found out that narcissists often attract people who have borderline personality disorder. And so I started reading the symptoms of narcissism, and I'm like, oh my God, I have literally every single one of these. And so then I was like, well, I need to fix that. And then once I solve that problem, then hopefully I'll be able to attract some more healthy, well-rounded people into my life.
You're very self-aware, Ryan. You're very self-aware. I'm impressed with that. And also, some of the content I'm going to provide that I said to you is this notion of the narcissist and the codependent, which is like a match made in hell. So all that's coming down the pike. But what you're talking about is you have this first hand experience that you're kind of going, okay, we need to really educate people, talk to people about how to do dating.
Right.
I have she just went away. Lisa, you got to come back. I wanted to invite a friend of mine, Lisa, who's a coach, but she's not a dating coach. She's a coach, and she's going to come back. She just went away for a minute. But what I want to say is that, is it possible to date in the pandemic? Like, what do you think?
It is possible. And I've actually, because my whole deal, of course, is online dating. This is like,
there you are.
This is perfect for what I do, because Tinder has actually seen, hi there. Tinder has actually seen a major spike, like 17% in their users because of the pandemic. And so my Tinder, my Bumble, Hinge, and all that stuff has absolutely blown through the roof. And so it's actually been really great for just the way that I go about it anyway.
Okay, so it's interesting how you're saying that. So this is Lisa Betts-Lacroix. This is Ryan Cruz, and dear friend of mine, also coach. I'm going to take our names away, but I'm going to leave Lisa's for a second. But I want to ask you, Lisa. Firstly, can we hear you? Can I test? Can I hear you?
Can you?
So yeah, there we go. I'm just going to take a. Yes, I can hear you. Perfect. Yes, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, bottom line is dating during the pandemic even possible? So you said it is, Ryan. Lisa,
absolutely.
How are you finding it as a woman that's out there? You're sort of newer on the dating scene. What are you feeling? What are you experiencing?
Well, I'm doing pretty strict shelter in place at a, what's considered a pretty extreme level of shelter in place. So I'm only talking to people online, and I've gone on and off the platforms many times because I find them so difficult in so many ways. But because I have so much more time at home, I decided, okay, this is a good time to go back on. But I'm really curious to hear more about, I know you've already talked about it, about Ryan's experience being a narcissist and recognizing.
Of course you would.
Well, the reason why, let me tell you why. Just before I saw that you were doing this, Victoria, well, first of all, I sent you that little note about my experience interacting with men online.
Oh, I didn't read it. Tell us. Do it.
Okay, so let me just contextualize my question to Ryan. So I find that a lot of times my interactions with men start to become not interesting or something. I'm like, this isn't feeling good. And I'm recognizing the disparity between my curiosity and asking questions of them and their curiosity and questions asking about me. So I thought I have to quantify this. So I was having a perfectly fine exchange with someone yesterday or 2 days ago. And so I thought I got to quantify this and look at what is this? It's feeling kind of meh. So I counted the sentences, and we had like 39 sentences between us. So it was someone that we were going back and forth. And it's like, okay, 19 of those sentences were mine, 20 were his, kind of pretty even. Right. Then I looked at the questions, and of my 19 sentences, 9 were queries about him. And of his 20, none were queries about me.
What do you think that means, Lisa, in your mind?
Well, what it means for me is I'm definitely not getting into any kind of relationship where I'm not important in the relationship. Like, I'm not doing that anymore, where I'm not valued and supported and like appreciated, and like that's just not happening. And so to me, it sort of reflects lack of interest, even though he seemed interested because he's going back and forth with me. Mm-hmm. But basically I just, so anyway, I'm curious about that. And then I'm like, then part of me is like, maybe I'm a narcissist.
But wait a minute. Okay, but wait a minute, Ryan. So one of the things I said to you earlier on, even before we were live, I'm like, man, your site is really male centric. And you were saying, hey man, I want to bring more women on. I want to attract more women clients. I want to attract more women who want to be informed in these ways. And that's why you want to talk to me and different coaches that are female, and maybe also people that are not so young, middle-aged, that kind of thing. So to just open up the whole spectrum of people. And is there any course or thought in your process that says, hey men, what women really want is for you to engage with them, to ask them questions about them? What's your take on that, Ryan?
Absolutely, yeah. And my course that I made called Online Dating Mastery, we actually go through everything about not just like setting up your profile and attracting matches to, swipe right, but also how to text them and do it in a way that engages them and makes them excited to go out on a date. And so we've got some texting methods that we use, and something that
and what
I
do they
teach.
involve? What do they involve? Do they involve engaging with the woman, or what is it?
Yeah, so basically it's called statement, question, statement. And so what we do is we ask a question, we get a response, and then we make a statement about how that relates to us, and then we ask another question, or they ask another question.
There
And
you
so
go.
make sure that it has a good, healthy balance of learning about them and also you, the girl, getting to learn about you.
Question. Do you think that men are largely socialized, and this is a tough question because I'm a psychotherapist, but do you think that men are largely socialized not to be inquisitive about, let's say, the female they want to date in the case of a heterosexual situation?
I don't know if they're been socialized. I think they're just kind of clueless, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And it's just like, somebody's asking you questions and you're just answering them. That's kind of more like an interview than a real conversation. And so people, like especially men who are less socially intelligent than females, just inherently, have just yet to learn that secret. And so I find that the guys that actually get it right and are able to implement this method of question, statement, question, see a lot better connections and a lot better relationships as a result.
But
Lisa,
does it translate to the relationship? Because partly for me, I use that as a measuring point. And if someone was trained to do this sandwich technique online dating, and then I'd be worried that my filter would be gone. But then in reality, does it translate to the relationship once you're actually in it?
Yeah, so the technique basically just refers to like the first date.
Right.
So we only do this on the first date. After the first date, it should be much more natural, and you shouldn't have to actually think about, like, am I asking a question or am I making a statement? It should just be more like a natural conversation like you would just have with one of your best friends. And so I think that it's important to, keep doing it, but it shouldn't be something that's conscious. Like, you should actually just be vibing with someone else.
Got it.
And as far as a relationship goes, that's pretty much how it works, is like just one individual vibing with another one and enjoying each other's company.
I got a question for you. Oh, sorry. I got a question for you, Ryan.
Yes.
If people are getting to know each other during these pandemic times via, let's say, a Zoom meeting or an online platform, whatever it may be, but an online platform, do you recommend that they engage video really quickly? Do you recommend that they, like, when I'm in regular times, I'm like, do not develop a relationship via texting. You waste a lot of time creating a fantasy about that person. And then, when you meet them in person, it's like, whoa, I had this whole thought process, and then you wasted all the time. Especially women who are, by the way, childbearing years. It's like, you're wasting time. Do it right. You know what I mean? If you want kids and you're in your late 30s, just as one demographic, it's like, let's not waste time. Let's not get to know them via texting. So now that we're in pandemic times where getting together physically is much harder, what do you suggest as a dating coach is most effective for getting to know people? Is it through the video chat platform? What?
Yeah, so my whole process that I teach guys is to get the girl out on a date as quickly as humanly possible, just like what you teach, because it basically, the longer you wait to set up the date, the less chance that the date is actually going to happen, because she's going to, you lose that momentum and that spark, and things happen and you just kind of forget about each other. And so what I've been doing to compensate for that is, instead of telling people to get them on a date as quickly as possible, get them on a FaceTime date as quickly as possible. And so when you're just sitting there chatting back and forth on Tinder or even text messages, then you only have this like one-dimensional conversation. And like you said, it's really hard for people to get to know each other through text. So you just have to go with the next best thing right now, which is the FaceTime date. And the FaceTime makes that person, takes them from a random profile that you run across online, and it actually makes them a real person to you. And so once you actually start going on these FaceTime dates and talking to them maybe once or twice a day for the duration of the pandemic, you actually can build a similar level of relationship that you would be building if you were actually meeting that person in real life. And so you get them on the FaceTime date as quickly as possible, and then as soon as they lift the ban or whatever, then you set up the actual date.
Okay.
Just yesterday, I was saying, I just was yesterday saying to a friend that it's funny that the dating apps don't have little video ID things.
I know.
So surprised that most of them don't have that, because that would make you can tell so much more from video than you can from a picture.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. And you're on the dating situation, Lise, and newer on the dating. Can I say?
Yeah.
Lisa and I have been friends since. Oh my God, Ryan, you're gonna lose your fucking mind right now. We've been friends since high school. Okay.
Oh wow.
And what's that, babe?
I think 40 years we've been friends.
Let's not quantify it.
Whoa.
No quantifying our age. People are gonna start doing math.
55. I say how old I am.
Yeah, and I'm happily married, so I'm not even in the situation. But I am working with a ton of people. But Lisa, you're newer on the scene. You're how many years back on the dating scene? I love your heart.
Yeah, I'm trying to straighten it. I'm just new. I've just been divorced for a very short amount of time. So
who would divorce you? You're such a freaking babe. She's a ballroom dancer. She's like a freaking awesome, sexy mama. She does TikTok. Find her on TikTok. She's really cute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm curious to know from you, Ryan, because I'm a little bit surprised and amused by it, is in my demographic, like in the 50+ demographic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the men seem kind of old to me. A couple of things. They seem quite old. And a lot of them lie about their ages, which I find really disheartening. And then they say they're lying about it. They're like, oh, they have themselves listed as 50, but then they're like, well, I'm actually 60, but I think I look more 50 and I want to fool the algorithm. I'm like, that's
a bit of.
The other thing is, over 50, the preponderance of men standing in front of Harley Davidsons goes up 80%, and then fish pictures. It's the worst thing.
And women are not even into that really that much.
So is that
Corvettes
the cluelessness you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. And are you in America or
Canada? I'm in California.
You're in California? Yeah. Well, so in America, I think this problem is extra terrible because we have this tendency to want to show off things that we care about and think that the women are going to find that attractive. Thus, men holding up fish like, hey, I caught you this delicious bass. Like, you're going to be impressed by the fact that I was able to catch a bass. And, posting pictures of their trucks or their cars or whatever. And they don't realize that the women just don't care. Like,
so maybe what they think is that women want their money. Is that what it is?
It could be, but also it's like their man skills, like fishing or hunting or whatever they think makes them a man is what they're going to try to show off because they think that's their most attractive quality.
Okay. All right. So
maybe that's true for some women. I guess it's just not for me, but maybe for some women they are. Oh, wow. Nice truck. Nice motorcycle. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think everyone shares your sentiment on that.
Yeah. So if you were to be as a dating coach, Ryan, I'm imagining you're formulating, because this is a Netflix style platform that has education in video format, correct?
Yes.
And you have some live stuff as well going on, some live webinars.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And that people can tune into, buy into, all that.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've actually got a social media network that we're about to launch next week. And so everybody, it's like a private Facebook, basically. And so everybody who gets an account on our platform will also get an account on the social media network. So it's kind of like our own little community where you can say what you want, you can ask questions, you can get feedback from myself, the other coaches, and each other, and just try to build a community of people who are working and trying to make themselves better. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
What you're saying then is to really get the most out of Kismet Academy. It's not just about, be the best dater, but it's more like be the best person you can be.
Right.
So that you really are ready for a good quality relationship.
Exactly. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point. Yeah. It's like, learning a skill, but that skill is just serving to make you more attractive, or that skill is learning to overcome some sort of an issue or a roadblock that you have with your mind or in your inner game. And so by learning these things, by taking these courses, by exposing yourself to all these different instructors and hearing what they have to say, then it will hopefully awaken people and they can realize, that's why all of my dates have been flaking. That's why all my relationships don't work out.
Nice.
And they can actually talk about it and help each other. And so I think that's going to be a really valuable resource.
You know what, Ryan, you always impress me. I have to say, from the minute I started talking with you, I thought, because people always approach me, do you want to do this? Do you want to bring some content to my this and that and the other? And I'm like, you were so refreshing because you really spoke to the part of me that's interested in, improving humanity, helping people to be the best that they can be, disrupting multi-generational bullshit. Not just doing the same old crap over and over and expecting a different result, which, by the way, is the fun definition of madness.
Exactly.
So I really feel like you're someone different, and you're young. You're very young, but you're very wise beyond your years, I find.
Wow.
You're very, very wise beyond your years.
Well, thank you.
And I
don't think anybody would ever describe me as that, but I'll take it.
But you know what, Ryan? I'm not blowing wind up your ass. I don't blow wind up people's asses. I literally say what it is that I think. And I really feel that you have something on here. And I really that's why I aligned myself with Kismet and why I brought some content and will continue to bring more content to Kismet Academy, because I think it's really a worthy cause. And I think the more men and women who can be less narcissistic, more self-aware, more in touch with who they truly are, I think we're going to have a better life, a better society, generally speaking.
Absolutely.
What about, Lisa,
I'm signing up as we speak.
Oh, great. Thank you.
So
I tell you what.
Just in that amount of time, I've already got my profile done, so it's not hard to sign up.
Wow. Awesome.
I mean, obviously very bare bones, but.
No, but you're getting in there, which is so cool. And I think that what I want to ask you, Ryan, is, well, first I want to ask you, Lisa. Lisa, what do you think you said, okay, guys our age are kind of like older energy. And so what about dating younger? What about that?
I mean, I would date younger, but my principle on dating younger is I'm not going to chase anybody younger, and I probably wouldn't go that much younger. So I don't really reach out to anyone who's younger, but I'm open to someone who's like, I think up to 10 years younger than me, because I'm 55. So yeah, like 48 and up, I think it would be okay. That's sort of my range, but no, I won't. I generally won't reach out because I don't want to be like chased. It has to be. I don't know which young men are actually open to dating older, so I don't really want to assume that. So
of course,
actually, it seems the youngest men are the ones that are most interested in dating older women, and it seems that the older guys are more interested in dating younger women.
Yeah, it's
kind of a weird dynamic.
So when I first, I have had, some younger men contact me, like quite young, like in their, like the most common age actually is around 38 that I hear from, I would say. Mm-hmm. And I've asked some of them, like, why are you contacting me? I'm so much older than you. What's your interest? And they say they are interested in older women because they find them more mature, more self-contained, more autonomous, more settled, more like they have wisdom, they're less strong, that kind of stuff. I also suspect that men in their late 30s who don't want to settle down and have kids, the women their age, that's where they're at right now. So, I don't know. So anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about that piece, to tell you the truth. I don't really know how to.
So you're looking to date guys that are in your age range?
Well, not necessarily. I'm open to dating people younger than me by some degree, because I'm pretty young and in my spirit, and I'm not very settled, and
right.
So, but I just don't understand it. I'm new to the whole dating thing anyway.
So let's do some dating hacks, Ryan. Give me a couple of dating hacks that I'm going to write in here and have as our one of our titles.
Okay, dating hacks as far as like online dating, or
like during pandemics. I hope I didn't say plural. Fuck. During this pandemic, one and only pandemic. During this one and mother effing only pandemic. Okay. So during the pandemic, the best way to date would be, in other words, the best way to show your best self in the video technology that we have as your goal to get a FaceTime date. What do you think is the best thing for them to start, men and women, to bring to the table, the dating table?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different creative ways that you can use a FaceTime date and try to make it seem as authentic as possible. I was talking, I can't remember who it was, but they said that they went on a FaceTime date and they were making dinner with each other. And he was making dinner
Oh,
and she was making dinner, and they were basically like they're eating dinner together. And I thought
oh
that
my
was
God, I
really
love
creative.
this.
So another guy went and played the girl a song on his guitar.
Oh, play
And
your, oh, I love it. Your date, a song. I love it.
And yeah, she loved that. Absolutely. Like, as far as you can go, like, there's no limit as far as your creativity. But make it interesting. Don't just be, laying on the couch and talking. Like, actually do something and participate in some sort of activity that you both are a part of, to make it seem like you're actually there together.
Oh, I'm doing this. Participate in an activity. Oh, spelling, Victoria. Not my strongest suit. I have a master's degree, but spelling sucks. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to get rid of our names too. I love this platform, Be Live. Be Live.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, so dating hacks. Make dinner with your FaceTime date. Play your date a song. Make it interesting. Participate in an activity. Is everyone listening to this? Because it is so crucial that if you're going to have a video that you don't make it boring. Make it somewhat interesting.
Exactly.
And make it activity-based and participatory.
Think of it like a real date. Like, would you just sit there on the couch and talk to this girl for an hour and a half? No, you're going to actually go somewhere. You're going to do something. You're going to take a walk in the park. You're going to go to the movies or dinner. So mimic that same that's the same effort that you would put into that first date. Do the same thing on FaceTime.
I'm loving this. You know what, Ryan? What you're saying is you're saying to men, let's be clear. What you have right now is very based in men. The Kismet Academy has a lot of male-centric energy right now, and you're looking to change it, is what I'm excited about.
Right.
Make it more female and male-centric together, and multiple ages for dating. I love that.
Exactly.
And what I think it makes sense. It just widens it. But what I'm hearing that you're doing that I find exciting is you really are wanting people to be more emotionally intelligent, to get their EQ up. This is not yet get their EQ up. This is a really important skill set for everything.
Yes.
Lisa, and this is what you've been missing.
Yeah.
In a lot.
I mean, EQ is just such a central, and communication skills are so central to my life, to my work, to my being, that I guess my expectations on it are pretty high. So.
Well, I don't think that's pretty high. I think that's really good. And I think that Ryan would say that he would agree. We've got a couple of people. I just want to read some of the comments. So Dahlia Genzel, hello guys. What about real dating? Well, and she's like, is that post?
Bees.
Oh, careful with your bees. Don't.
Yeah.
Well,
There's like 30.
Are you going to start running? No.
I might. I'm thinking about it. It's all right. I got an EpiPen in the car. We're good.
Where are you?
In the car? Where's your car?
It's parked right over here. I'm at a park in Richmond, Kentucky.
Okay.
And
He's in Kentucky.
I'm in a pavilion, and there's a beehive apparently somewhere.
Oh my God! Careful, okay? So just send them love. Send the bees love. It's okay. We need our honeybees. So Dahlia says, "What about real dating? Is that postponed until 2022?" And then I have Reem says, "I have 0 dates." And then she speaks about listening and enjoying every minute. I think that's the fundamental aspect of emotional intelligence is, which I want to just show it, listening and enjoy every minute. That's exactly right.
Yes.
And that's what Dahlia says.
And that's actually something that I have noticed I have gotten better at through this quarantine, because you're not in your regular routine. You're forced to stay at home. You're forced to kind of introspect a little bit. And so you naturally want to think about what you're doing right and wrong. And I've actually been doing a lot of like meditation and spiritual stuff. And I've gotten through, I feel like, a lot of roadblocks that I personally have had.
Again, you're just
recently.
such a wise young man. I just really appreciate you so much. I really
thank
do.
You. Well, thank you.
KismetAcademy.tv. Academy. Spelling is not my strong suit. It's okay. KismetAcademy.tv is where people would be signing up. Is that right?
Yes. Just go to KismetAcademy.tv and email me or send me a message, and I will send you guys a coupon code if you want to get 15% off. I can't remember the coupon code offhand, but we will send that to you.
Okay, so where do they email you at? I've got you, and I'm just going to write down your email address, or just message you right on the website.
On Facebook, on Kismet Academy, or at Ryan@KismetAcademy.tv.
Okay, we'll do that here. So Ryan at Kismet Academy. We're there almost. .tv. Okay, not TD, but TV. There we go.
Not TB either.
No, not TB. Hey, so there it is. So, so you're going to message if you guys want to join Kismet Academy, a new platform that is, like a Netflix-style education platform. This is a place that I've aligned myself with because I really have found that Ryan Cruz is a very sort of open-minded, emotionally intelligent person that has a really strongly positive thought process regarding dating. It's not just about, bagging dates. It's not just, it really is about, emotional intelligence and relating in a higher level of relating, I think what you're referring to.
Exactly.
We're going to start our wrap up, guys. So any last thoughts? Lisa, Lisa, you're so interesting to me on so many levels, but want to give some last thoughts, words about dating, your experience, or any comments you might have?
Well, dating is definitely not an area at this point where I have a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of things I could talk a lot about and give advice on, but dating is one. So I just really jumped on because I wanted to be a case, a sample of someone who's out there with the questions. So yeah, I'll refrain from my words of wisdom for other topics.
And well, thank you. I appreciate that. But Ryan, I want to say that this platform is just beginning. We are at the initial stages of this platform, and it just could begin. And we're just trying to get more high quality content. You've got lots of good quality there already, dating, confidence building, all this stuff. But it sounds like it's going to be a lot more content coming on.
Oh yes, we're literally just an embryo right now, and we haven't even been born yet. And so we're trying to work as hard as possible to get as many coaches on there and get as many students on there, and that's going to kind of work together to help us build this thing into something that's really great and something that's going to change a lot of people's lives.
Cool.
Victoria, I know you're trying to wrap up, but is it? I'd be curious to know, as someone who does have a coaching background, and because I'm sure other people are listening are coaches too. Your process for integrating coaches into your company.
Yes.
Coaches.
So we've got a lot of coaches that come from a lot of different backgrounds, and I think that's very important because we're going to have it's a very mixed pool of people that we're going to be bringing on. And so some people are going to be like 18 years old. Some people are going to be in their 40s and their 50s. And so the wider range of people that we can get on there, the better we can, be sure to provide enough value for everybody. So I encourage anybody who has either a video course, or has an interest in making a video course to contact us. And we sometimes can even help you to film that course and pay for everything. And all we need is your expertise and your name. And all we ask is that you help us promote it on Facebook or whatever, and try to build it as big as possible. So I'd definitely love to talk to you if you've got something in mind that you would like to put on here. We could definitely talk about that.
Yeah, I love that. And I want everyone to realize that coming down the pike is something I get asked a lot about. I have smaller, shorter videos on this, but on Watch the Beast, commitment phobia, a huge issue that's out there. People are commitment phobic. They're afraid of commitment. They associate commitment with family strife and family trauma, and commitment is a scary concept. I'm in the process of creating that, and we'll be uploading that within a week or so, a couple weeks. That's coming to Kismet Academy on commitment phobia, the source, the way out, tips to stop it, all that stuff. And then also the narcissist and the codependent, the match made in hell. There's some borderline personality references in this too. That I'm going to bring in. But that's a match. And people need to know what a narcissist is, what a codependent is. Are you a narcissist? Are you a codependent? Are you attracted to each other? Which a lot of them are. It's the match made in hell. It's the thing that goes down like a torpedo hard. So, okay.
Absolutely.
And that's also coming down the pike. So lots of really good quality content. Lisa Betts-Lacroix is an amazing coach as well. I would say that you have tremendous artful aging conversations going on, what it is to age and date and be less sort of old definition of old. Let's get new definition of wise. And, so let's just redefine getting older completely, entirely, which I'm all for and a half. So any last thoughts before we start to wrap up? Ryan?
I say, to answer the question about should you wait until 2022 to date? That is an interesting question, because I don't think the pandemic is going to last that long. If you look back at the Spanish flu of 1918, it only lasted for, I think, a few months, maybe a year at the most, and then it just kind of disappeared. I think that something similar is going to happen. I think over the summer with the heat and everything, it's going to get a lot better. But that being said, even if it doesn't, should you stop dating? So this is going to be kind of a hot topic. So there's people that are extremely against any type of social interaction. And there's also some people that are like, this whole flu thing is just stupid, and we should just go about our lives like nothing ever happened. I think having a healthy balance is going to be key here. So should you go out to a bar, even if they reopen? I wouldn't. Should you go to a restaurant or a movie theater? I would not. But if you just want to have a walk in the park with one person that you met online, you've been talking to for a little while, and the parks are open, then I think as long as you limit it to like one-on-one, then you're going to minimize the exposure and the risk, and you could still have a successful dating life.
Yeah. And can I just add to that, because I'm exactly I have the same belief system about what we need to be doing.
I'm not wrapping up. This is way too interesting. Go.
Okay, just to add to the same, that the way that I would imagine it is, if it goes beyond that, then you could do what many people are talking about doing in their lives anyway, which is creating bubbles, like double bubbles, to say, okay, this is what I've been doing for the last 3 weeks or a month in terms of my exposure. This is what you've been doing. We could potentially now, meet. And as you get closer, the thing is about that, for people dating or not dating, it requires the most central things of openness, transparency, and communication. And like in all relationships, those things are central to having good relationships. And so we're basically being required, based on health and mortality and risk, to double down on our ability to be transparent and honest and communicative. So
that's going to be very important.
100%.
Yeah. And I think you raised such a good point, Ryan, that it's a balanced approach. It has to be a balanced approach. You can't I think, what do you think? Culturally, it's not going to be boding well on the person that's extreme one way or the other.
Right. Yeah, you can potentially ruin your life if you take it too far, and you just completely isolate yourself and pee in bottles and just kind of live your life in fear. But at the same time, you don't want to be stupid either. And so going out to parties, I see people going out to parties. There's a group in a pavilion about 30 feet away from me that's like 20 people together. And I think that's absolutely nonsense.
Yeah.
Very stupid. But I mean, as long as you're smart about it and you take calculated risks, then I think you're going to be okay. Just wear a mask, wear gloves, don't get in big groups of people. And if you want to go out with a date, or go out with a girl on a date, or a guy for that matter, then do it as a one-on-one deal. Okay,
you know what? I just wanted to ask you this. So, hello, Kentucky. Is this site open to gay people, LGBTQ?
It's open to them, but we don't have any content that they would probably find interesting yet. Something that we still haven't worked on. Like I said, we've just focused on the men as far as like getting content on there right now. And so now we're trying to expand into like getting more females and female-centered content. We do have female content, but it's not enough, in my opinion. We're trying to get as much as possible.
I think there's some amazing female content that needs to come onto your site. I think it'll be incredible. And then, of course, I think, LGBTQ content would be important, because that's also, so important right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a really hot
young people. Yeah, young people coming onto the dating scene that are gay, that are questioning, that are non-binary, that are all. This is an important, and I think if people want to provide content and that you're open to having them on your content, I'm like ecstatic.
Oh yeah, Yeah, absolutely. If they could bring a new audience to us, then that's awesome.
Amazing. Lisa, you were going to say?
I was just going to say, as a data point, because I was signing up on your site very quickly, I accidentally put female as the interest rather than female is what I am, and I am automatically matched with another woman. I mean, I just went and changed it, but
right.
There are that is not.
Okay, so listen, I think I was just going to read a comment here from Dahlia. She's listening and enjoying every minute. She wants to raise the awareness of the live dating piece, and I believe that we can even meet these days. She said, so people are. But I guess what you're saying is you can meet, but you got to be smart about how you meet, and
right,
and make it in a way that is not detrimental to you or the people around you, basically.
And talk about commitment phobia. If you risk being around one person, you're more likely to go back to that person again that didn't give you the corona. Versus meeting someone else who potentially might. So that might solve that commitment phobia problem.
It might be like a necessity of the times.
Exactly. Just
pair
bond.
I think that's amazing. What did you just say?
I said just pair bond.
Your pair bond. I think that's so interesting and so true. And I'm thinking about a couple people actually that's probably exactly what's happening as we speak. I work with a lot of people, so that pair bonding thing. Yeah, absolutely. But commitment phobia has been a really devastating patterning for people where they're like, oh, there's someone better over there. Oh, there's someone better over there. Oh, there's someone better over there. It's like, oh, I can't. Commitment. Oh, that's too much like family. Family was a shit show, so we can't do that. So it becomes this difficult thing to overcome, for people. But I believe very overcomable if you really want to. Absolutely.
But I think the real problem is just that people have more choice now than they ever have before in history. And so if you go to a store and you see 1,000 pairs of shoes that you could have, how do you choose one? It's going to be like the most, it's going to drain your entire energy just looking around and saying, ooh, well, there's a nicer one over here. Ooh, there's a nice one over there. And so people that actually have more limited choices, I think, have that ability to make that decision easier. It's like if the salesperson said, you're either going to buy this one, or this one.
That's
and you
it.
Just choose one.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
And also the pre-pandemic, everything was just so immediate. You want to meet this has slowed us down a bit. This is just, you're not just going through people, meet them. You're just like, you have to slow it down a little bit. And I think that's really healthy. I think it's really, really healthy and necessary because I think that people are just their brain is attuned to quick change, that kind of thing. And that is different now. That's the opposite now.
Exactly.
So thank goodness for that. Okay, so another comment here that I want to just read. I think that I'm getting to know someone through conversation is key, and it doesn't have to be live contact at first. It can be fun to talk online and something to look forward to in the future. Friendship is key, I think. Well, I would say that that is just a massive thing. Friendship. John Gottman, who studied couples for 40 plus years in a lab environment that he called the Love Lab, he said that the number one thing that keeps people well connected is friendship and developing that friendship. And you can do that right now. You can do that on Zoom, on FaceTime really well, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is a great opportunity to reconnect with not just the people in your life that you may have been too busy for previously, but also to reconnect with yourself. And to learn to, look inside and see if there's anything inside that you could be working on and improving. Like I said before, this has been a really spiritual experience, and I think I've been able to raise my vibration, if you believe in that sort of thing.
Yes, I do, very much.
So to speak.
I'm a holistic psychotherapist, totally believe in that.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. But it's just like, I feel a lot more grateful for the people that I do have in my life right now.
Yeah.
And I appreciate every interaction with people that I might have just kind of scoffed at in the past just because I was too busy. And so just appreciating people and what they bring into your life and trying to add as much value into their life as possible.
Big time.
Is something that I've been working on over the past month or so.
So I will wrap up now, and I'm going to say I'm going to be tape. This is download. I'm going to download this and put it on my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is /askvictoria. So check that out. Once I get that, I'll send that to you guys. You can proliferate it on your platforms, put it on your social media. I'm going to redo this one on Facebook, everywhere. So it'll be LinkedIn. It'll be all kinds of places. The only place where it'll be on mainly YouTube will be the Instagram one. They can click the link for that. So I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for coming on, Lisa, super spontaneously. And also, I want to say to Ryan, keep on keeping on. This is very, very good. I really love this. I hope that I hope that the bees don't get you. And
I think we're good.
We're good. Okay, good. And everybody, check out Kismet Academy .tv.
Sorry. One more thing I'd like to add real quick.
Yeah.
I am almost finished writing my first book. It's called The Omega Male, and it's going to be amazing. It basically takes everything that I taught in my online dating course and just expands it, and it's like 10 times the information. So it's going to be called The Omega Male. So keep your eyes open. I'm going to open up a way for people to pre-order that soon, and we should have that published and ready to go probably by this time next month. So
the Omega Male coming out soon. So you'll let me know, and you'll come on again the show, and we'll talk about the book.
Absolutely, love to.
Okay, all right. Listen. Stay safe, everybody. Check out KismetAcademy.tv. Stay connected to Lisa Betts Lacroix, Artful Aging. Give me your website again, Lisa.
It's lisabl.com, and my primary focus right now is on helping people who are needing to go online with their speaking coaching. So I'm doing a lot of speaking coaching because people are now having to show up to present the material in video. So I use my background as a film and television actor to help people become more confident and more competent at speaking on camera.
That's interesting because I have a background in film and television as well.
Oh, wow. We'll have to chat.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll have to talk. Send me an email.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Lisa, speaking coaching, show up.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, speak for yourself is what I'm using right now. And my podcast is also at lisabl.com.
lisabl.com. So that's great. So this will be replayed, and do hashtag replay if you're going to put a replay out. And what I want to say is community is everything. Let's keep the community going. If you're dating and out there, go to kismetacademy.tv. I'm Victoria Lorien Fabish. Thank you so much for showing up. Keep having courageous conversations with yourself and with others. And if this resonates with you, share it widely. And be safe, everybody. Take care, Ryan. Take care, Lisa.
All right.
Great to see you both.
It was great to meet you, Lisa.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks, Victoria.
Bye.
Ciao.